I'm Ana Costa Fica. I'm going to talk about my learning process during the last part of the semester. We worked regarding beliefs, religions, and human well-being. At the beginning, when we tried to define belief, it was difficult because this concept involves many perspectives, and the strongest ones is the spiritual aspect. So we decide as a whole class that beliefs are subjective truths defined by people's contexts. After that, we studied about religions, and that is an organized system that of beliefs, ceremonies, practices, and worship that centers on one or more gods. Also, it moves millions of people worldwide, and we talk about the main religions too. But what about the methodology of the class? How teachers could teach deep topics? Well, usually the structure of the class invite us to debate or discuss. And also the teachers gave us objectives all the classes. I think that it's very important to have goals as students and as teachers too, because without objectives is a way without directions, as a consequence without orientation. On the other hand, we talk about the OECD indicators, and we realize that are subjective because each person have their own view about well-being. Nevertheless, I agree with the OECD quote, better policies for better lives, because it's the only way to produce real changes for common good. Finally, what about my cycle learning planning? I didn't take advantage with the cycle learning planning, thinking that I could organize myself without patterns, and I realized that it's a kind of help to recognize your progress and your weaknesses too. Other experience that contributed to my learning process was the tandem linguistic. In short, I met with an exchange student from University of California. She is a nice woman, and with her I approached to the English in a more natural way, and I felt more confident. It should be pointed out the importance of the phonetics workshop, because we recognize our mistakes and pronunciation, and in my case I had to practice the word with ed endings. For example, loved, inspired, arrived, lived, etc. For conclude, I want to express my gratitude for my classmates, above all the closest ones, because with them I learned because we share experiences, knowledges, do reflections and so on. And for me, it was a work we did it together. Thanks, and see you next time.